So, Firefox has now got a free VPN. Is it actually any good? A simple title, and in this video, I'm just going to show you Firefox's new free built-in VPN service. Now, it's a browser-level VPN, and I'll explain what that means in a second. And I just want to give you a quick look at it and give you my thoughts on it, really. So, this video will be very quick, fairly simple and practical. I just want to show what it protects, what it doesn't, a couple of quick tests, and whether I think this is something you should consider using or not. Okay, so what is Firefox VPN? Right. Well, basically, it is a browser level proxy VPN. That means it just encrypts traffic inside Firefox. So when you're using the Mozilla Firefox, and you've got the VPN enabled, that's the only thing that's protected. It doesn't help anything, any apps or any email outside that environment. It's powered by Mozilla Partnership Infrastructure, who have got a pretty good security reputation, so you should be okay with them. We're looking at their free tier, so it's got limited data, 50 gig currently, and a limited number of servers. So you won't have servers all over the world, or like you will with most VPN services. What it isn't, remember, it's not a full device VPN, so it doesn't cover other apps or games or anything like that. It will give you no protection when you're using things like torrents or Discord or any background software. It isn't a replacement for a paid VPN service at all. So I'm not going to go into depth in this. I'm just going to show three standard privacy checks while we've got the VPN enabled to just see what's being hidden. We're going to do an IP location check, make sure our IP address is hidden, our real one, a DNS leak test. So even with a VPN active, DNS requests can leak out and reveal your ISP and your real DNS servers. So those should be hidden. And a WebRTC leak check is a browser feature that can expose your real IP address even when you're using a VPN. Browser level VPNs are especially vulnerable here, so it's worth checking. So we'll look at those three just now. Okay, so here we are in Firefox, and you should see the VPN just in the top right hand corner. Now, don't worry if you don't see it yet. You've got to be on the latest build of Firefox, and most people will be. It's being rolled out regionally, so if you don't see this, it hasn't reached you yet. I'm in the UK, so I think most UK users have got it, but it's being rolled out internationally. So if you don't see it, don't panic. It'll be there soon, hopefully. Right, to enable the VPN, you just click in and it just turns on and off. It's just a toggle like this. Now you can see here, you've got a limit. It's a free product, so there's a limit on bandwidth, obviously, and you've got 50 gig per month, and it resets on the beginning of each month. So let's turn it on. It's connected, and you can see it's enabled. And once you've got it enabled, you'll just see the little green sticker in the top there. Now let's go and do a speed test first. Now we're going to just do a check. This is with the VPN running. Now this is running on a Wi-Fi connection at the far end of my house, and get about 80 to 100 megabits a second normally. And you can see that's pretty much what I've got. And I've tried this a dozen or so times. It doesn't really seem to have any impact on my internet speed. The biggest impact on my internet speed is how many of my children are here at the time, downloading crap in the background. But as you can see, virtually no. It's not a very scientific test, but that really is what I get normally. So now, let's go and check on the IP check. So this is browserlinks.com, and it's now showing a IP address. Now, this isn't my real IP address. I'm in the UK, as I mentioned. And here you can see I'm getting a VPN server address being reported. So currently I'm listed as though I'm in San Francisco. So it's good. It's connected me to a San Francisco VPN service. Now, I didn't have any way of configuring this, and normally a VPN, you can choose where you want to be. So it's just random. Now, I've tried a few times, and I've got San Francisco, New York, and I've got Budapest a couple of times. So maybe bear that in mind, because obviously the farther the server away from you is, the bigger the hop, the more potential speed loss you might have. But it's hidden my IP address, so that's fine, really. Um, Now let's run the DNS leak test, and you can see here it's picked up my DNS servers. Now it hasn't got my DNS servers, so my DNS has not been leaked. What it's done is pick up some Fastly, which are DNS servers of the VPN service. So Mozilla uses an ISP called Fastly Inc., their DNS infrastructure. So mine's all hidden, and you can just see that. And let's go back now, to the browser leaks main page, and we'll go and find the WebRTC leak test as well. So this just does a basic check to see if the browser is leaking my IP address, and it's doing it now. You can see it's got the San Francisco IP address there, and it's running the WebRTC leak test. And you can see it's returned positive. There's no leak. So those are pretty basic security checks, but it's passed them okay. So anyway, after testing for a little bit, I think Mozilla's free VPN makes the most sense really as a sort of lightweight everyday privacy tool. So it's good for things like browsing on public Wi-Fi, coffee shops, airports, and stuff, as indeed is any VPN. It does hide browsing activity within Firefox from your ISP. Casual, everyday privacy without having extra setup or something. It's good for that. You don't need to log on or anything like that. Now, bypassing basic regional restrictions, it might work on web content, but you haven't got the geo. You can't choose the server, so it's not great for geo blocks really. So a lightweight. If you haven't got a VPN, you can't really justify spending on a full VPN. It's a no-cost starting point really, and one that is safer than using the vast majority of free VPNs. So it's not ideal for anybody who's serious for anonymity or any sort of advanced threat. It'll be no good for torrenting or P2P file sharing or anything like that, because the 50 gig will disappear very quickly. So you won't get protection against all your apps and stuff like that. So remember, you're only protected in the browser of Firefox itself. It's no good for bypassing serious geoblocks. So, for instance, I use my VPN mostly probably to watch the BBC when I'm outside the UK or some US channels. You can't pick your country. So, it won't be good for that, and you wouldn't be able to stream properly with unless you upgraded. So anybody who uses a VPN a lot needs a dedicated VPN, but it's a great little product, and I think it's best to try and judge it for what it is rather than expecting it to be a full VPN. So I will certainly use it occasionally, and if you haven't got a VPN, it's a good reason for start using Firefox. Okay, thanks for watching, and hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please consider liking and subscribing. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.